together. Well then, everyone, set out. I'm hungry, I will provide instructions from the command center. I'll be on my way. Sure. Oh, by the way, there's something I'd like to ask Han Yubin. Director Chloe, the Korean operational team has reached the vicinity of the dungeon. We anticipate them entering the dungeon in less than 40 minutes. Hunter Yang Miho, have you reviewed the mission plan document I sent? Yes, I've thoroughly read it from start to finish. They claim to dismantle the Korean Association, so I thought it might lead to a war or something, but it turns out they're merely opting for a hostile merger. Even the approach is quite uninspiring. So, the plan devised by the office. Yang Miho, a member of the International Association's Mountain Division, PB Corporation, and the Hunter Balance Adjustment Team. Just comply with my plan without question. The balance in Korea now falls under your purview. Take some responsibility for the role you've been entrusted with. Kim Jun-woo, take care of him. Team leader Mark has given the green light as well. Don't hold back on means and methods as long as your cover remains intact. Even Representative Emma would be genuinely let down if she finds out about this. The organization under the International Hunter Association, a part of PB Corporation, known as the Hunter Balance Adjustment Team. A secret organization, led by Director Mark, formed to balance the abilities of superhumans worldwide. With the inexplicable emergence of dungeons, individuals with superhuman powers appeared. Their mission is to control those with enigmatic abilities, which are still of unknown origin, and covertly eliminate superhumans with powers deemed to be able to destroy the global order as their rationale. Yang Miho, using the convenient pretext of order, has unleashed the forbidden skills of superhumans who were ordered for elimination. Chloe, you and I don't really get along. But at this moment, there's one thing we can see eye to eye on. Getting rid of Kim Jun-woo. His head was genuinely enticing. Director, they've made contact. Halt the activation of the dimensional stones and make it in sync with their dungeon entry. Teacher, we've arrived at the surface. Confirmed. We'll maintain radio silence after entering the dungeon. Everyone, proceed. Teacher, we've entered the dungeon. Confirmed. If there are any unusual circumstances, we'll radio immediately. We'll initiate mapping first. Teacher. Alls. Well. Communication. Kim Min-ju, the communication signal is weak. Please verify the condition of the communication equipment. This is the raid team. We've arrived inside the dungeon. Starting dungeon interior mapping from Zone A3. Understood. Let's do it. Control team. Control team. Is it because it's an underwater dungeon? The signal is not good. What is it? Team leader. Something's off with the dungeon entrance. Everyone, be cautious. Retreat to the entrance. What could have happened? We haven't even defeated the boss monster, and the dungeon entrance has vanished. Is this even possible? Team leader, we can't establish communication with headquarters. Furthermore, water just began rising due to the shock. It couldn't get any worse than this. Even the monsters have come out to confront us. Let's deal with these creatures first. Come out, Ardino.3. Oh, that robot puppy is cute. Alright. Shall we take care of it? Self-destructs. What did? Just witness. Come out, please, stop it. The dungeon entrance has vanished. There's no sign of it on the cameras, and we're not detecting any psychic waves either. But what about the raid team? Can we still communicate with them? It's been silent for a while now. We've been trying, but if the communication is down, then the dungeon has undoubtedly closed. In all my past lives, I've never seen a dungeon close before we completed the extermination. Once trapped in a dungeon, you can't escape until the dungeon reappears, whether it's a week or a month, you must simply wait. The likelihood of over 50 members of the raid team enduring for a year in an underwater dungeon. It's impossible. Over 50 personnel, all perished. The sudden appearance of dungeons without warning and the abrupt closure during the raid, this is definitely no coincidence. Someone is intentionally controlling the dungeons, and there's only one place where such a thing is possible. The International Association. This is tantamount to declaring war on us. These crazy idiots are pushing me to my limits, and for something as insignificant as this. Young, the raid team is equipped with Goliath suits. How long is the maximum time they can breathe underwater? On average, it's about 4 hours, but during combat, it decreases. 2 hours will be cutting it close. Understood. Please, stay safe here. Where are you going, Director? If we can reactivate the resource stone within the remaining time, we can rescue them adequately. We must somehow establish contact with the International Association. Chairman, please convene the board of directors right now. What's going on? We might have to go head-to-head with the International Association. I'll get it ready. Why is the International Association going to such lengths, even resorting to using dimensional stones? Is it a retaliation for refusing the merger? Or is it payback for exposing the corruption in the U.S. branch? Their intentions, whatever they may be. Kim Jun-woo. Why was I so afraid back then when he was easily dealt with like this? I'm ashamed that I thought there was something about him. I already knew he was an ability user. However, at the core, even ability users are human. They don't possess inherently special bodies or immortality. Without being armed with skills or equipment, they're no different from ordinary people. That's why even hunters are easily exposed to surprise attacks. They're always living in their own superiority, never even imagining being ambushed. I've never failed once. Which hunter goes about their daily life with their skills activated? This job is done with ease. I'll just look for your head and then take it with me. Damn, I'm too busy to die here. Hey, did I tell you that I hate trucks? Young Miho, you had to show up on your own 2 feet. How did he use a skill in that short moment to defend himself? I clearly succeeded in the surprise attack. No, he had the defense skill activated in advance. I had a big opponent in the past, you see. I have to be prepared. I've been prepared. I told you I wouldn't just stand by if I saw you again. I said you had no reason to listen to me. By the way, why is a former cleaner always having his defense skill activated as an ability user? What are you, anyway? You're here to pick a fight. Skill activation. HM. Everything he touches corrodes. This is going to be a pain. Well, try to stop this too. You're all about showing off your pride, let me ask you one thing too. And now you're just going to run like a scared mouse. Who is that? I keep getting this familiar feeling, and it's starting to bother me. Hyper boost. Skill activated. Extreme speed sword technique. Skill activated. Moss. Damn, I'm taking too much time in this fight. Hey, I'm in a bit of a hurry right now. If you let me go, I might be able to spare your life today. That's a bit difficult, I'm also working, you know. Someone is asking me to kill him. I see you're a savvy person. In this business, keeping secrets is essential to keeping your job. Skill activated. Polymorph. Skill activated. Immersion. I'll just consider this a part of my job as a cleaner. What a coincidence, I'm also known as cleaner. I wonder how long we can keep this up. Hisses. Team Leader Kim, aren't you using your awakened skill a bit too much? It's okay. I should have saved it for the boss fight. Damn it. This is endless. They just keep coming. Awakened skills require a high level of concentration and are also physically demanding. I was planning to save it until the boss fight, but I couldn't. The battle is so difficult in this narrow space, this is a nightmare. And the monsters keep coming. We're getting tired, and the dungeon is flooding. We're also running out of oxygen. If we don't find a way out, we're going to be wiped out soon. This isn't working. I'll give it a try. I'm going to go take down the boss. It's too risky, team leader. We've lost all communication, and the exit is blocked. This is incredibly dangerous, you know. I understand. So, all of you should stay here. As soon as the exit opens, you can leave. No, it's a red grade dungeon. Taking on the boss alone is a suicidal mission. It's better if we all stick together and go. What if we all go together and still fail? What's the plan then? There's no need for all of us to take such a dangerous gamble. Hey, Team Leader Kim. Are you trying to have all the fun by yourself? I'm in. Count me in as well. But what's the harm in trying? It's a real possibility that we might not make it out alive. If we're facing death, isn't it better to go down while at least seeing the boss's face? Trying to talk you out of this seems futile. Alright then, we'll wait here until the leader returns. Sure, I'll rely on you here. Alright, now that it's settled, let's depart immediately. I'm sure you've all heard during the briefing, but the boss is the immortal python. It's a formidable boss monster with no known weaknesses. Just by its type, we can guess that it's an exceptionally formidable boss among the red grade ones. So, make sure you're all thoroughly prepared. This won't be enough, by any means. That guy's skills are deadly, both up close and from afar. I need to find an opening. How stupid can you be? That's such a cheap trick. Not. This brat. Then where? You should have focused here, idiot. You just created an opening with a misfire. He was in that container box. He used his skills elsewhere to weaken my defenses and make his escape. That's beyond bold. He's crazy. Destroyer. What on earth? A cleaner inflicted damage on the domestically top-ranked player. Don't mess with me, you jerk. Arg. Arrogant jerk. Did you really think you had no weaknesses? Then you hadn't met me before. Jerks like you, whose every skill is deadly, tend to have weak endurance. They can't sustain battles for long, so they always resort to sneak attacks, or try to lure opponents into fighting. And you were originally a mage class, right? How did you? You could have easily dodged my attacks earlier with your agility. Magician classes are not very athletic. That's how it is. Still, I think you did well to hold on this long against me. Ha! I don't think you got second rank in the country just by luck. What are you saying, bastard? I'm first ranked. No, you are the second. Skill activated. Destroyer because I wasn't there. Even so, it's nice that things are a bit more relaxed now. Haha. It's great to be able to eat together like this. It would have been even better if Junwoo was here too. Junwoo is busy with his mission, so there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not sure whether to be amazed or dumbfounded. It's hard to believe that someone who was just a lowly cleaner just half a year ago is now the head of the operation center. Are you feeling envious? I wouldn't even be envious if I were. He's simply out of my reach. What's wrong with you, Bin? She's been looking downcast since a while ago. Don't worry about her, Director. She's just disappointed because she was denied permission to skip cleaning and join the operation. This operation will be a success, I'm sure. With Junwoo in charge, there's no need to be concerned. I'll be back. I actually have a question for you, Bin. I think Janiel's death is related to the International Association. When you were a member of the International Association, did people who were a nuisance to the International Association often die? I'm not sure what the connection is between guild leader Janiel and the International Association, but these things have happened before. But, since a hunter's job is always dangerous, most people just dismiss these as conspiracy theories. But, there's a rumor that goes around among us. Unlicensed hunters or those who pose a threat to the International Association are killed, without mercy. I guess I need to prepare. I think the International Association has targeted me. There will be a bigger fight in the future. What? Why are they doing this again? If Director Kim is right, we should all be careful in the future. The International Association will probably start monitoring our surroundings. Is there nothing we can do to help Junwoo? Just standing by is our way of helping. I'm worried about Junwoo. Let's not worry too much. Junwoo is not someone who would easily give up, right? I'm more worried that he might kill someone. Ha ha ha. Why are you bothering me when I'm busy? This is bullshit. People will think I'm a villain. Stop. Bullshit. What do you mean stop? You started it first, and now you say stop. You're being a real pain in the ass. This arrogant jerk. How? I'm the first ranked. Cough. This loser is still talking about being the first ranked. Even after getting his ass kicked, he can't think straight. You are the second ranked. Because I still haven't registered yet. The car is completely wrecked, and it took way longer than I thought it would. Well, it doesn't really matter anymore. No, I should say it's a good thing, right? Hey. Call the client who commissioned you. Ha ha ha. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb, are you trying to get yourself killed? Arg. Hey you jerk, so you're saying that you trying to kill me at this timing was just a coincidence? Call them right now. I want to hear the voice of the bastard who planned this. I don't mind calling them, but... Is it okay? Even if you get involved with them, you won't die in a good way. You're talking too much. Just call them. Hunter Young Minho. Did you handle him? Yes, I handled him well. Kim Jun-woo. So you guys are really from the International Association. Tell me what you want. You wouldn't be doing this for no reason, right? Arg. Let's see who will speak first, this jerk, or you. Alright, then I'll talk to myself. Wow, you're still not saying anything. So, here's my conjecture. Someone is manipulating dungeons using dimensional stones. And that someone is probably connected to the International Association or a closely related organization. But why would they go to such lengths against our Korean association? I've thought about what they might want from us extensively, but only one possibility comes to mind. You guys are after time stones, aren't you? Keep listening. I'm not done yet. Your imagination is quite rich. To obtain something of that caliber, you'd have to either seize it by force or take over the entire association. Transferring bank items between associations is impossible. However, using force might expose your identity, so the latter seems to be the only option, right? So, my conclusion is this. Let's call you the newcomers, we're planning a hostile takeover against us. To do that, you open dungeons and try to eliminate our affiliated hunters in large numbers. What's your real identity? What do you think about that, huh? Arg. Reopen the dungeon when we're on good terms. I don't understand what you're saying. What you are saying is unreasonable. You still haven't figured out the situation. Are you confident that your identity won't be exposed? Arg. Just reopen the dungeon. We'll pretend like nothing happened. If you don't open it within 10 minutes, I'll come looking for you. Yang Min-ho fell into that guy's hands. Yang Min-ho, this scoundrel is for real. The moment he utters a word about PB Corporation, the necks of all employees under the CEO will be killed. Open it again. Ha! Are you out of your mind? Activate the dimensional stone again. Tell the balance adjustment team to make Kim Jun-woo their top priority target. Understood. Everyone around him too. Start disrupting their location tracking from now on. Dispose of the USAM immediately and reset all the data. Kim Jun-woo. Evergreen Hyundai. Director Lee Ah-young, this is Kim Jun-woo. Something has come up. Please send some B-rank hunters and an escort vehicle to the location I marked. Ha ha ha. Do you know who you've just messed with? It's not just you, now, everyone around you is in danger. You're quite talkative even in this situation. Did you not get enough yet? You confessed to killing Jang Yeol with your own mouth, didn't you? Let me finish what I'm doing first, then we'll talk. This bastard is. Passive skill activated. Sacrifice of the soul. Support awakening skill. Is there a protective shield around here? Passive skill, sacrifice of the soul. A support can grant allies a damage immunity buff once in their soul state. Caster Jiang Yo. Jiang Yo. I owe you one. That scoundrel Yang Miho has already left. Don't worry, consider today's work as a disgrace. I will definitely get help. Unique skill. Awaken Thousand Armed Cannon, 4th of the 6 cannon. Hiya. 4th 11-faced cannon. Damn it. I guess I used too many awakened skills till now. My attack is too weak. Ugh. Team Leader Kim. Ugh. I guess the red rank boss is too much for the three of us to handle. Hope. There's no way we can even entertain that idea. We're severely underpowered, in the worst possible conditions. And have almost zero information about the boss. Even if we were in peak condition, I doubt we could defeat it. We've all reached our limits. Give me just 5 seconds to create an opening. Team Leader Kim Minju, what do you mean? Bind its movements for only 5 seconds, so it can't move. I'll muster my last ounce of strength for a final strike. However, I'm already at my physical limit, so even a slight movement from it could cause me to miss. It's a risky move. Your body has reached its limit as well. We'll give it a try, but this will likely be our last attack. Don't worry, I'll finish it off this time. Unique skill. Steampunk Awakening, Steam Golem. The student is like the teacher. You're not normal either. Even just gripping the sword is a struggle. I must succeed no matter what. Unique skill. Artemis Awakening, Death Strike. Arg. Team Leader Kim, now. Don't you dare to fail. Unique skill. Thousand Armed Cannon Awakening, 4th of the 6 cannon, Last Strike Holy Cannon. I must hold on just until after this one strike. Please, endure it. Please. Teacher, I'm sorry. I followed your instructions and kept going straight. But it seems this is as far as I can get. I wanted to demonstrate a stronger version of myself, but... Skill activated. Omnipotence. I'm glad I'm not late. What the hell are you doing? It's been 2 hours without any contact. How long do we have to wait? Does Kim Jun-woo, the director, think that convening a board meeting is a joke? That's right. We have work to do too. I praised him, but he just goes out like that. I apologize, I had some work to attend to. Hey. Are you making busy people wait for hours? At least inform me if you'll be late. Why are you so wet? Is it raining outside? No, I just went swimming. How did the operation go? The raid was a success. 3 of the team members managed to defeat the boss. But don't worry, they said it's not a serious injury. Other than team leader Kim Min-ju, there are no casualties. 3, just 3, took on a red-level boss. Now, let's get to the main issue. What's the significance of clashing with the International Association? My team was attacked by the International Association during this operation. What? I believe they were attempting a hostile takeover of our Korean association. Technically, it's another entity affiliated with the International Association, but it's challenging to discuss the specifics here. Anyway, it was dangerous, but we successfully repelled their attack. In other words, it means they might launch another assault. Regrettably, there's no concrete evidence. Is it a warning? It was the International Association that attacked us. Well, just suspicion. But that doesn't mean we can sit idle. We need to prepare for what comes next. However, in our current situation, we're not in a position to challenge the International Association. Even with our alliance with the Guild, they are primarily our tactical support. They can't offer much assistance beyond that. We've already become a target for the International Association. As long as we hold the time stone, the attacks will keep coming. And, despite being aware of that, I'm not foolish enough to passively accept it. We'll get ready to counter them, even if we're uncertain of their true objectives. We require the power to confront future assaults. To achieve that, we must enhance our capabilities beyond our current level. Indeed, it's a fact. Despite being the largest among the independent associations, it remains an independent association. So, what's the plan to broaden our horizons? We have to go international. Acquiring and establishing branches by merging with other independent associations. Hold on a moment. For an independent association like ours to establish overseas branches is undeniably us challenging the International Association. This goes beyond merely restraining them. It's making them our adversaries. I'm firmly against this. If we begin acquiring other independent associations, the International Association will undoubtedly respond. Do you truly believe the International Association attacked us? We have no evidence, only suspicions, don't we? No need to ponder this. Going international is absolutely off the table. The directors are right. Relying solely on your suspicions to make the International Association our adversary carries far too much risk. Let alone expanding overseas. We could face severe consequences, and our side might crumble under the backlash. The fact that you're pushing for this so strongly, despite knowing these risks. Yes. There must be a compelling reason for it, right? Fine, go ahead and do as you please. Whether the association falls apart or not, I'll take responsibility for it. Making such an emotional decision. I never liked those guys from the beginning. That's why I established the Korean Association as an independent entity. But now, because of them, my subordinates almost got into serious trouble. Whether it's the International Association or anyone else, isn't it foolish to just sit idly by? Do whatever you can, whether it's establishing overseas branches or anything else. Make it abundantly clear what happens when they provoke us. Yes, well. I'd be eager to take the lead, but regrettably, the agreed-upon date with the association chairman has already passed. Quitting is such a breezer. It appears we'll need to designate someone else to handle this matter. Sharing an opinion and then taking off like this. Are there really people like that? I must say. This is a bit. Even from my perspective. If that's the case, don't worry about it. I knew this might happen and prepared in advance. I just posted a notice. Personnel assignment announcement content. Contract extension position. Head of Operations Department appointee Kim Jun-woo name assignment content Kim Jun-woo contract period. Extended by 30 days. It's not something that's allowed by the usual procedures, but I'm doing it especially for you. So, please stay for one more month. I'm still in shock. I thought I was going to die during that operation. We really owe our life to team leader Kim Min-ju and the director. It's so sad to think that the director's term is ending. Good morning, director. Oh. The director is coming over here. Good morning. Joe. Is he having a bad day? I hope we didn't do anything wrong. Damn it. That old geezer. In the end, my resignation was pushed back a month. Come on, when I said I was leaving, you should have just let me go. How long do you plan on keeping me around? Well, since you've already extended your contract, you'll have to take care of this one too, right? I wanted to dump the work on someone else, but I have to do it now. I have a lot to settle with those International Association bastards. Even if they might not have killed me in my past life, they sure pissed me off. I can't find them on my own if I just sit in the director's seat. They failed their attack and didn't get the time stone they wanted, so they'll come back for me someday. I might even meet the bastard who put the Titan in my head again. But those bastards tried to kill 50 hunters for a hostile takeover. There's no guarantee they'll only target me. If I remain in the association, someone will always be in danger. In the worst case, someone could die. Oh. Kim Jun-woo, you are really exhausted. Ugh, you worry about people who don't even matter to you. Anyway, once this work is over, I'm going to leave the association and deal with it alone. The association chairman seemed to have caught on to this, and said that I could quit if I handled this case well. Humph, even though it's the end of my career, I have to go on an overseas business trip. Director. Thank you. Here is the Vietnam Logging Association status analysis data you requested. When are you going to leave the country? I'll be leaving within this week. I'll book a plane ticket for the day after tomorrow. Do you have anyone who will be accompanying you? I'll think about it and get back to you today. Sure, and I just got a call from the hospital ward. Our team leader, Kim Min-jo, is awake. Would you like to visit her? Although, she was about to die. There's no need. But she is alive now. Demon. Been there, done that. Ugh. Spare me the dramatic stares. How much are you going to get injured from industrial accidents? If you get hurt one more time, you're really fired. Recipient Kim Min-jo. Hospital. Uni. Are you okay? Step inside for a sec. Why block the doorway? Oh, our team leader is as good as gold. You all right, Min-jo? I know everyone's knee-deep in the Incheon port dungeon operation, and here you are, even making hospital visits. It's just a formality, though. By the way, once we wrap up this gig, I'm taking a holiday the day after tomorrow. Min-jo, take a breather too. I wonder how much Director Kim has been pulling strings in the meantime. Hey, Director Kim's offspring, even on vacation, drop us a line. We know you're just gonna chill and have a blast. You got it, Uni. Things have been a bit overwhelming lately. Take it slow, Uni. They say wrecking your body when young leads to trouble down the road, right? But, seriously, team leader, are you really just an A rank? I heard that your fighting power was almost S rank. Could it be that there was an error in the ranking system? If only you had a bit more stamina, Min-jo would have handed out some serious damage. My point. It's because Director Kim intervened in the middle, but practically, isn't it the same as team leader handling it? The director, you say? It seems like the dungeon opened when we were in the midst of the fight. When our members reported we were subduing the boss, Director Kim rushed right over. After the subjugation, Director Kim asked, who ordered this? So, we said it was ordered by team leader Kim Min-jo. Then, he said something like this. Well done. Well done. Uni, are you about to explode from joy? And no. Oh, assistant. How's your health, team leader Kim? I know it's a bit odd to bring this up while you're in the hospital, but Director Kim is going on an international mission this time. The takeoff is the day after tomorrow, so the bags should be packed early. Director Kim considers this trip quite important. As for the person accompanying team leader Kim Min-jo, it would be Han Yu-bin. Same deal, get those bags packed early for the departure the day after tomorrow. This mother f.Ker. 2 days later, Incheon International Airport. Then, let's depart. Let's enjoy the trip since we're going. Expanding overseas was the best choice given the current situation. I created as many allies as possible to prepare for the international association. I've just expanded it from domestic to overseas. However, there is one issue with this plan. Venturing abroad under the banner of the Korean Association. Are we talking about not just forming alliances but outright acquiring independent associations? That's right. If things go smoothly, it might not just keep the international association in check but could become a second one altogether. If it fails, we'll all be jobless. Well, it's a grand scale, just your style. I appreciate that. Yeah. We can't even dream of a severance package. Nevertheless. Look for another job, just in case. Ah, if I end up jobless, you'll take the reins, won't you? Just kidding, lighten up. I'm truly at a loss for words. So, where's the prestigious first branch of our association going to be? It's Vietnam. Not bad. The association was set up there relatively recently, and the operational setup is still a bit lacking, so. If we can align the conditions right, it's worth a shot. But there's a snag. The budget is running thin, thanks to going all in on this operation and supporting Timestone research. So, how do you intend to take it over? Well. By hook or by crook, won't we figure something out? Seriously. Well, that's the first thing. I don't need to mull over it. I'm quitting after wrapping up this Vietnam gig anyway. Once I crack the door open, consider my role fulfilled. And as for the budget coming next, they'll just have to figure it out on their own. Sigh. If you're so tired, just take a nap. It's really annoying, you know. What do you expect to find by staring at those documents? There doesn't seem to be anything important in there. Did anyone say the information is important? I am going through it to see if anything comes up. The budget is so tight that we'll have to go home empty-handed if we don't do something. So, did you find anything? Well, there is nothing really worth it. We need something that can provide essential help with a small investment. Both of those things. What's so hard to think about? Can't we just support the operation team? I heard that there aren't many hunters in Vietnam. They're fighting again. That's a bit of a challenge. The Vietnam Association doesn't have a support team. Seriously. That's right. It seems that the conditions aren't met to create a team that requires advanced equipment and research facilities. Well, every country has its own circumstances. If there's no support team, it would be a bit awkward to support the operation team. But if we send a support team, it would be more trouble than it's worth. No, well, I just thought that you are a pretty experienced operation team leader, you know. Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway, the infrastructure is even more rundown than I thought. I have a few ideas, but let's find out the rest when we get there. So, you're from the Korean Association. Nice to meet you. I'm Hein, the control team leader of the Vietnam Association. Nice to meet you. I'm Kim Jun-woo from the Seoul headquarters of the Korean Association. You speak Korean very well. Thank you. Let's go, I'll take you to the headquarters. It's a bit of a drive to the headquarters. You must be tired from your trip, so take a nap. I'll wake you up when we get there. No problem. I'll take a look at the streets as we go. The destruction is so widespread it looks like a war zone. In some places, entire villages have been leveled to the ground. It's clear that this area has not received any help with recovery, unlike the city. Haha. That's why I told you to take a nap. It's probably not something you want to see as a foreign business visitor. Can you tell me what happened? It was 50 years ago, the day the first Kalo opened. That's what we used to call dungeons in Vietnam. Kalo. When the comet Senia collided with the Earth and opened up the dimension, dungeons opened all over the world and it was chaotic. At that time, we were ignorant about abilities and dimensions. While other countries quickly defeated the monsters that came out of the dungeons, we were late in our initial response. So you didn't have any awakened people? No, we had them, but we couldn't find the dungeons in time. Vietnam is 75 mountains, you know. I agree. Korea had similar conditions, so it was tough to build up dungeon rating system in the early days. But Korea is not that big, and the information industry is quite advanced. He's right. Even though we had similar conditions, we were able to build up the system relatively quickly because of two things. How quickly we could identify the location of a dungeon. And how quickly we could get there. These two things are the key to building a successful dungeon rating system, and we were lucky enough to be able to do both of these things early on. Hein's words suggest that the Vietnam Association was not able to do so. But things aren't really any different now. We haven't even fully recovered from the damage we suffered 50 years ago, and the dungeons keep popping up. If a dungeon appears in the mountains where the road is completely cut off, we have to wait for the road to be repaired. In the meantime, monsters escape and cause more damage. It's a never-ending cycle. In that case, wouldn't it be better to just sell the association to the International Association? Well, there's a reason for that. Why didn't you at least try to ask for help from the other associations? About a year ago, a red-grade dungeon appeared in the Puziriang Mountains. At that time, 36 hunters from the operation team were trapped in the boss room. And we were unable to carry out a rescue operation with our own resources. At that time, we requested support from the International Association and other major associations around us. In the end, they all died. Not a single place helped. Of course, the Korean Association also did not help. I know this even though it was before I regressed. The then chairman of the association proposed to me to lead a rescue operation, but I flatly refused. There was nothing to gain. It seems that Seo Mincheol and Lee Soo-young refused it too. Still, I'm happy now. A guest who wants to acquire our association has appeared. Damn, I'm just gonna sleep. It's really a thorny seat. Wake up, friends, we have arrived. What's going on? Have we been kidnapped? Are you kidding me? What crazy person would kidnap us? I guess you're right. What should we do? I think we should just break one arm for each of them. Why are you so violent? We can talk this out. I agree. He didn't seem like a bad person from what I saw of him in the car. Maybe we should just listen to what he has to say. This conversation is killing me. If that is the case, why don't we just go to a cafe? I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to talk to you. What do you want? No, we need money. Are you trying to get revenge on us for turning down your funding request last year? I think you're misunderstanding something. We don't have money either. Even if you don't, the Korean Association has some. Are you planning to demand a ransom from the Korean Association by holding us hostage? That's an international crime. I know. But I have no choice. We need to continue to raid, and for that, we need a lot of money. Raid, so you're saying that you kidnapped us because you didn't have the money to continue to raid? Correct, you saw it on the way here. We're in a very difficult situation. We don't have enough equipment, personnel, infrastructure, or information. I understand that the Vietnam Association is in a difficult situation. That's why we're here. We can officially acquire your association and provide you with the necessary support. That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? No, you cannot acquire our association. Our association was disbanded a long time ago. What? That's ridiculous. There's no information about that in the latest data. That's what the paperwork says. Let's just say it's for government funding. The reality is that our association is disbanded. A year ago, after a death accident occurred in the Red Level dungeon, our association was completely destroyed. The association chairman had no choice but to sell it to the International Association. However, the government blocked it. The reason is that the government would not provide funding if it was acquired by the International Association. After that, the association continued to struggle financially, and eventually collapsed as employees resigned en masse. The Vietnam Association currently exists only in name to receive funding from the government. The government continues to issue orders to raid, but there is no money for the operation. I knew it wouldn't be easy to acquire, but I never thought it would be a shell association that only exists on paper. It was a complete waste of time. No, it's better this way. It's not worth negotiating and struggling over conditions. It's better to start from scratch. And most importantly, if there's no association to acquire, then there's no need to spend money on the acquisition. We'll give you a second chance to build the Vietnam Association. But on one condition. It will be a branch of the Korean Association. What do you say? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Stop playing tricks and just call the association if you don't want to get a hole in the head. At that time, the Seoul headquarters of the Korean Association. Chairman, are you sure about this? We're talking about launching an overseas branch, and I can't shake off the unease. Especially considering Vietnam is the first target. Remember the incident with them a year ago. Why opt for Vietnam when we have good relations with other associations? I just can't wrap my head around it. Well, won't there be some backlash from others? Any hiccup could lead to a disaster. I came back hoping not to be jobless within a month. Don't recognize this number. Who is this? What? What did you say? What the hell are you guys doing? Hey, you scoundrels. What's happening? Voice phishing. Hey, listen. We have got Kim Jun-woo. This work is fiction, and the characters, organizations, and countries that appear in it have no connection whatsoever to real-world entities. So, I'm sorry. Your identity was found out by the Seoul branch manager. Arg. I thought you Chloe was trustworthy, twice. But how could you mess things up like this? People who break my trust. I guess Chloe didn't think my trust was worth much. I really hate, team leader Chloe, I guess my trust wasn't a big deal, huh? I'm sorry. Ugh. The retrieval of the time stone has once again faltered. The seemingly legitimate hostile takeover was unveiled by the cleaner, leading to a complete defeat of Young Min-ho, the top-ranking figure in Korea. Consequently, our organization's existence now stands exposed. If the Secretary General finds out, I'm going to be in deep shit. We just have to do better from now on. But it's already happened, so there's nothing we can do. Mrs. Representative, what do you think we should do now? Now that he knows about us, I think we should take care of that cleaner as soon as possible. What a joke. After failing so spectacularly, you're saying that again. This time, Chloe, the team leader, was just being greedy and got herself into trouble. Balance adjustment work is not something that can be handled by just anyone, especially not a field staff. So, you're implying that under your leadership, Mark, the outcomes would have differed. Yes. Fine. But the timing isn't right. Immediate action would only affirm our existence to the world. Fortunately, detailed information hasn't leaked yet. It's prudent to maintain a low profile. Postpone addressing the time stone. The risk is too high and could lead to our exposure. Pause the bank item recovery case. Prioritize assimilating the independent association. That concludes the meeting. Can you believe this entire situation is caused by an Asian cleaner? Shall we get rid of the entire cleaning team? Damn scoundrels. Every one of you voice-fishing bastards deserves a good beating. We have Kim Jun-woo with us. Hello. Hello. They really hung up. I hope we didn't capture the wrong person. They said they were the sole branch, but if they don't even bother to listen, then those are not members of the association, right? Or maybe they really don't care whether they are kidnapped or not. What should we do? Maybe they're testing us. Now that I think about it, those guys are acting way too calm. They're being held at gunpoint by dozens of armed hunters, but they're not even scared. They're just chatting and yawning like they don't have a care in the world. And then there's the association president, who doesn't even seem to care that the branch director was kidnapped. These infuriating Koreans. Oh, come on. They're all a bunch of trouble. We knew they were subtly ignoring us, but seriously sending these low-level guys for the association merger. That's right. It's the only explanation. These guys are just low-level employees with no experience, so they don't have a clue what's going on. They're so low-level that the union chairman isn't even considered. What should we do now? If they keep reacting like that, the meaning of kidnapping them will be. Okay. It's the director. First, take the hostage to the cave. I got the call. It's me. I've got news for you. A yellow-grade dungeon has appeared in the south. That one has a higher estimated revenue, so let's focus on that first. The green-grade dungeon that appeared in the Maflin Gorge last time has been abandoned for a month. It's so close to the point where there would be a dungeon break. So let's do that first. It's impossible to take on a yellow grade with the current conditions. Are you refuting what I said now? At least, we need more funding. Quit arguing and deal with what I said first. If you guys mess up, I'll not handle the consequences. Damn bastard. The team currently under Hyun's responsibility consists of just 2 operation teams. Even those were composed of a small number of personnel. The control team has only himself, and the cleaning team has 3 members. Logically, it's not a scale capable of even handling a green-grade dungeon. However, the command to was nothing short of telling them to die. We're changing the plan. Viet says to conquer the yellow-grade dungeon first. What? With the current budget, we can't even equip a single piece of defensive gear. If we proceed like this, we would be wiped out at the entrance of the yellow-grade dungeon. Even with over 100 dungeons currently neglected, and the so-called upper echelon is just filling his own pockets without providing any support. Yeah, it's a crappy situation. But if we don't take action, who will? If we abandon this, our Vietnam is finished. So, somehow, we have to negotiate a fair deal with them.